Put this microphone in front of me. What's going on, everybody? Chris Stevens here with HBCU Sports, and whew, now I can breathe. The Delaware State Hornets wrapped up their first winning season since 2012 with a 14-12. Yes, you heard that right. 14-12 win over Morgan State in a game that was closer than it had to be, but credit goes to Damon Wilson and Morgan State and Anton Sewell and that entire staff. They game planned extraordinarily for this Hornet offense. The Delaware State offense came into the game leading the nation in rushing with 303 yards. That total for Friday's game was down to 114. And the thing that bothers me the most about Delaware State's offense is that Caden Bennett is obviously laboring with some lower extremity problems. I don't know if it's a knee, an ankle, or just the entirety of his leg, but he has just not looked right for weeks. And Morgan State, to their credit, took advantage of that tonight. But Delaware State was able to hold on. Alex Amaya, the freshman kicker, there will be better days for that young man, had a chance to win it with a 45-yard field goal. As a left-footed kicker from the right hash, I agree with what Jay Walker said on the ESPNU broadcast. You want to make sure you miss with whatever direction your foot goes in. So if Amaya pushes that thing just a little bit to the left, we're probably having a different conversation. But it didn't work out that way, unfortunately. And Morgan State has been in a ton of close ball games this year. I think this is probably the fifth or sixth ball game they've lost by one possession. And that's a tough way to lose any football game for that matter. But I think what Damon Wilson has found with Ray Moore III, the freshman quarterback, is something that he and that program can, build off of with that young man. He needs to learn how to, stay in the pocket. He needs to learn how to, read the rush, read the defense a little better, but he's got the physical tools. He just needs a little more seasoning. So I think this Morgan State team, this isn't going to be their year, but I think 2026 is probably going to be the year that Morgan State makes a move, because we've talked about it all the time. Oh, if only Morgan State had an offense. If only Morgan State had an offense. Well, everybody on that front, all the skill players on that team are mostly sophomores and juniors. Moore is a freshman. So give them a year together and see what happens. But as far as Delaware State goes, 7-3. I said at the beginning of the year, if this team won anywhere between 3 and 5 games, it would be a successful season. Well, Deshaun Jackson has already surpassed that. 7-3, 3-0 in conference. You got Howard coming into Alumni Stadium next week, and then if they beat Howard, there's South Carolina State waiting at the end of the tunnel on the last day of the season for what could be the MEAC championship game. So this is probably, I think Deshaun Jackson clinched the MEAC Football Coach of the Year award tonight. There's not a coach in this conference that has had a better turnaround this year. Of course, Chennis Berry is going to be in the conversation because South Carolina State's still in the conversation. Same for Trey Oliver in North Carolina Central. But when you look at how bad the Delaware State football program was before Deshaun Jackson got here, again, this is the first time Delaware State has won more games than they've lost since 2012. Barack Obama was the president. He had just beat Mitt Romney in the general election that November. So it's been a long time. It has been a long time since Delaware State has had a winning football team. And that's something to, be excited about. That's something to give credit to. And I mean, this is Deshaun Jackson's first head coaching job. I mean, he literally took this job with so many unknowns between him, the program, what kind of kids are going to be able to come in, his coaching staff. And right now, as it stands, it's them in South Carolina State at the top of the MEAC. So big win for Delaware State. Hopefully Morgan State can learn from this and move forward eventually in the last 2 games of the season for them. But this Delaware State team, they still have some questions to figure out. They got to figure out what's going on with Caden Bennett. They got to figure out that pass defense, which is still very substandard. It didn't hurt them tonight, but against teams like Howard and South Carolina State, it can hurt you. So that's really all. That's really all I got. I'm still trying to catch my breath because that game, even though as a journalist, you're trained to be impartial in different things, my nerves were still bad from the word go. And right up to Amaya's field goal attempt. But Delaware State wins, and that's it for me. I'm going to sign off. But before I go, be sure you subscribe to this channel, become a level 1 or level 2 member. And for the neat and tidy sum of $4.99 a month, you can get all the Black College news that's fit to print and broadcast as we like to give it to you. You can donate to us through Cash App, $HBCU Sports. Go to the Zelle app, donate at hbcusports.com, or go directly to the website, hbcusports.com/donate. Don't forget to follow us on all manners of social media. We're on the Musty app, TikTok, Threads, Instagram, Facebook, Blue Sky. Just search for HBCU Sports. So thank you guys for indulging me whew, in my vulnerable state. But yeah, Delaware State wins. Morgan State has a lot to learn, but they'll be better at it. And be sure to tune in tomorrow. We got some more Black College football coverage for y'all. So stay tuned and y'all enjoy your weekend.